Okay, we wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming projects and funds that we have planned for 2021 at Romano Capital. So, Kes, maybe you could just run down what do we have planned for the new year?
We got a lot of great projects. A lot of you know about Boulder Ridge. Our luxury townhome project is up and underway. We should have most of that project completed by the end of this year, or at least built out. Might take a little longer to sell after that. The fund is fully subscribed. Down the list, we've got Westridge Lofts. We're finishing up that. It's a 100-unit apartment building, finishing that up. That was fully subscribed.
We started that one about this time last year, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So we are right on time, which is a darn near miracle given the COVID deal. We're going to hit our expected delivery date on that, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so then let's see, we've got our residential projects too. Ridgefield, we're still building out there. We've got the Crossings, we've got Pioneer Select.
Yep. Crossings is a great project that's owned by the Romano Capital Investment Fund. It's a 151-lot subdivision, 3 phases. We've already started going vertical building on the first phase. We did all the underground work this summer on the second phase, and we'll be starting vertical construction on that next week, actually. We just got our permits back. And then we'll do the underground for the phase 3 starting here in about 2 months.
And then we've got a very small fund, the Riverside Townhomes, we're calling it. This is a qualified opportunity zone. It's our first foray into a tax managed fund. How does that work?
So that's our first opportunity zone fund, which basically it's a long-term hold. It requires a 10-year hold. The tax advantage is that you pay no tax on the sales proceeds, which is pretty incredible. So I would say the fund would be ready for that, I'm guessing, first quarter of this year.
So last year at this time, we told you guys that we had a target asset allocation that prioritized lending and short-term development and, to a lesser extent, long-term holds. That was based on the idea that we saw a recession coming, which we've now hit. Have you had any changes in thought about that target? Is there anything that we're going to be focusing more on in 2021?
Well, I think one of the adjustments we've made strategically is because of the low interest rates as a product of the Fed keeping the rate low, we are looking at holding a lot more of our homes, our entry-level housing, not only as long-term rentals, because the spread between the bank rate and the rent that we can get has widened, which has presented a new opportunity. And basically that cuts down the total amount of work needed to be done, because you don't have a sales force, you don't need to sell these properties, you can rent them long term. There's also tax benefit, of course, from holding these long term versus selling them right away.
So we got a lot of exciting things planned for 21. We're glad to be doing it with you all, and yeah, we can't do it without the investors. So.
No. A couple other projects I wanted to mention real quick before we go. We've got First Street, which we broke ground on at the end of the last year, and we just got the offering up and going, and it is deliverable as of last week. So we are now receiving subscriptions for that. It's a 250-lot, two-phase apartment complex.
So the First Street offering is subscribing now. We're raising that money, and we'd love to talk to you more about it in detail. And we're very much looking forward to the rest of 21.
Yep.